Hello, Song.
Hello.
Hi, Cha.
Hi, Miss Hoài.
Hello. And Nguyen, right?
Yes, you still remember me?
I do. It's good to see you. It's been a while.
Mhm.
Let me ask you. So, what's your question? Well, before you do that, do me a favor. Tell me what your business, your product and service is. Who's your customer, and how do you make money? 30 seconds.
Okay, my name is Tra, and I'm running a business of making quiet book, or you can call it cloth book.
Cloth books.
I sent two books to your son. Do you still remember?
My son still plays with that book.
Okay, so we have two market. One is domestically, and one is exporting. But we just manufacture the book, and but we do it under the retailer's brand, not our brand.
hmm How many books are you selling a month, or were you selling pre-COVID?
Normally we sell from 600 to 800 books a month.
And are those are all handmade books, or how are those books being made?
It is 50% um, industrial and 50% handmade. We use a laser cut machine to cut
hmm
the details, and then we seal it.
How many different books do you have? What's your line of books look like? Like the number? You like I have two styles of books. How many styles do you have?
We have around 20 books, but besides that, we also make other products such as mask, board, finger puppet, and even Christmas tree from this material, felt.
Uh-huh. How so you were you making masks before, or are you making masks now as a result of COVID-19?
No, the mask like Superman mask, not the mask to cover from COVID-19. Sorry, the mask
Oh,
for
so
kids.
license masks like Spider-Man,
Yeah,
Superman,
yeah,
Batman.
yeah, correct.
You license those?
My son like those.
No, no, no. Do you license those? Like, do you pay Marvel for the rights to make those masks?
No, I don't, but I have searched for it. And it is as they are handmade product, the don't is license. I
hmm
checked with Amazon.
What's your number one selling item? I got puppets, I got finger puppets, I got masks, I got books. What's number
Book,
one?
book.
Books.
This is the number one.
How many books are selling right now after COVID started?
We are still selling around 600 to 800 a month.
Still.
Yeah,
That's because people are home, right?
yeah, exactly.
And those are all domestic? The 600 to
Oh,
800?
no, this is for the other market, such as Australia or New Zealand.
Where? I'm sorry?
Australia and New
Australia, New
Zealand.
Zealand. Uh-huh. How did you get into Australia, New Zealand? What was your ticket? What was the mechanism? Who did you work with to get into the Australia, New Zealand market?
Exactly, the customer find us, and I only work with the owner of the shop.
hmm It's one shop, or she has a whole bunch of different shops?
This is different shop in
hmm
its different countries.
So you're directly selling to the person who's selling the books in New Zealand, Australia, yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
but because they are Vietnamese who live abroad, so they know me through the fan page in Vietnam.
Yep. That's what I was thinking. So, I'm gonna say the same thing I said earlier as I'm listening to you is you want to find diaspora, Vietnamese diaspora in the countries you want to sell in, who are just like the woman or the lady you're working with in Australia and New Zealand. You need to find more of those people because they're the ones who are loyal to your product, right? They like it, they're committed to it, and they also have the distribution channels for your product. And so I think that you want that kind of loyalty and you want to find that type of person. And maybe that person in New Zealand and Australia has somebody they can refer you to in the US or ask them, right? And have you asked them for a referral to anybody?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
But I
So that person right there in New Zealand and Australia is gold for you.
let me see.
They're
My son.
hello.
Hello.
Hello to the son.
Hi. No school for you today, I see. Um, so my first thought in this is, hey, I like how close he gets to the camera too. Is that you want to find other Vietnamese in U.S., in EU, in uh,
SPA.
UAE that have the relationships that want that product and have a way, can see a way to distribute it. That's your first step. The second one is, my question about the felt you're using is around the dyeing technique, and does that how is that dye? Is it safe dye? Is it that's like non-toxic dye? Because I think that's going to be a real potential hang up, particularly in the U.S. or EU markets. They're going to want to test that to make sure that green felt doesn't come off when Zane's chewing it in his mouth.
Our file is safe and it gets the certification of EN 71, the European Toy Safety Requirement.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if there's any requirements in the U.S. around that. But I'm going to go back to the fastest and most efficient way. And right now is the time to strike on this because people are at home, they're looking for things to do. The other thing I would say is so that's one way is to go find those diaspora that are connected into distribution channels that would have multiple stores that then would sell that product. That's one. Two, I would definitely come up with an online strategy. I would animate those books. You see, I got Gumby and Pokey back here. He used to walk into books, and the whole animation was around engagement in books. Your books are fun. Kids love them. I would create some kind of online short videos or some online strategy that would teach people how to use your books better. Because I'm sure I'm not using your book as good as it could be used because there's so many different pieces to the books and it has so many different elements. Some kind of online tutorial for parents, not kids, how to make your children smarter through your felt books. I can totally see something about helping kids be smarter because it does. It helps them understand the different elements of cooking or animals or whatever it may be. Um, there's a website called Monty Kids, Monty MONTI kids.com, montykids.com. Montessori kids. They run videos. When I pay a membership, I pay a monthly membership into this, and then they ship me Montessori toys every 3 months. So it's tied to the growth stages of Zane or any child, right? And you could do the same sort of thing where you sell a package, which would include finger puppets, masks, books, and they pay a monthly or a quarterly fee, and then you send this package with the toys and books and things that are associated with the child at that particular age. So it's an age kind of sensitive distribution of toys, and as they get older, they get more advanced toys. That is one cute kid, and so those are my two ideas off the top of my head. One, instantly find diaspora in other countries that are willing to and are interested, just like your Australian New Zealand partner. And then two, start working on an online strategy where you're actually packaging up all of these and you're selling them and you're distributing to people on a monthly or every 3 month basis. Toys,
Can I
toys
share
that
my
they would get.
opinion?
But you'd also have videos that would give tutorials on how to use those toys better. I will pause now and get some feedback from you.
Okay. About the first idea, because they are Vietnamese, so they can search for the other manufacturer, and because in Vietnam we have the price that we are selling for the book is low. It's not as it can be higher as a handmade product. So when I sell to them, the price could not be high. So it's a reason that I don't want to find the other Vietnamese who live abroad. I want to work with the foreigners because in front the foreigner highly appreciate the handmade product and they can pay for the good price. So that's the reason I don't want to work with the Vietnamese who live abroad because they know
Okay.
the price in
Yeah.
Vietnam.
But it still doesn't change anything. Like you still have to find somebody you can trust and somebody who can understand the cultural nuances or any language barriers that may be there. So it's some kind of combination, at least to get something started for some distribution. Things will change. So it's I'm not saying that I'm not recommending go with a Vietnamese person. What I'm saying is you have to find somebody just like the person you have in Australia, New Zealand, in the U.S. And maybe multiple people like that in the US and EU and UAE. Whoever that is, that person needs to be trusted and referred. I would want them to be uh, a referred kind of person from your network so that you trust them. That's what's important. And then the second thing and the bigger opportunity is to figure out how to go online with this, package up your toys and all your different things you're manufacturing, and then distributing those to people over monthly, each month, or every 3 months. I could see easily, 1,000, 2,000 people, signing up for this who would be willing to pay more money for the higher quality product. Um, Particularly if there's video tutorials they get access to that would help them understand how to use these toys better. So, two things. One, immediately go find people who can help expand your distribution of your books and other toys. Two, find an online strategy that then opens it to the world where there's a membership model where people are buying from you on a monthly or quarterly basis. Packaged goods, packaged up toys that you have and books, which are lovely, right? They're beautiful, they're durable. Um, those are my ideas. Boy,
Um, can I have a question?
sure.
How could I do to make the other retailer who didn't work with me before um, have trust in our business? You mean like B2B relation? Because with the new one, the only thing I can do is sending email, and the email usually goes to spam. So how could I get contact? No, I have contact, but how can I really get in touch with them and introduce my product?
Yeah.
For
Maybe
example, with an
What
American.
I'm saying is, and Hoy maybe some clarification. You want to contact your Australian, New Zealand contacts and ask them, who do you know in the US? Who do you know in the EU? Who do you know in the EAU? Who you could refer me to that can be like you in that country. So it's a referral. I'm not. It's more difficult to type up to get people's attention. Just cold calling. This is a referral situation, and you want to get referred. Um, Tap all your networks you have to find those people in the target countries you want to go to, and then that's going to accelerate the ability to create a relationship. That's going to accelerate the opportunity for you to um, get more product out there, while simultaneously you are developing an online literal campaign to sell your product by packaging it up, having people become members and get their, it's all around you create a smarter baby, create a smarter child, and buy these packages, and then every month or every 3 months we send you this package. You're going to sell you're going to be able to sell a lot of those, and you could then create partners in the US who are distributing that for you as well through this membership model. But it also builds your brand, it creates more demand, and makes it easier for you to find distributors in the different parts of the world. So two-pronged approach happening simultaneously.
I already have a shop on Etsy.com. Do you know Etsy? Etsy is
Of course,
the
Etsy.
yeah. So the product are highly appreciated by the customer. but because we only do SEO with the listing, but we haven't done any marketing activity.
I'm gonna draw a picture. I'm gonna draw a picture for you, okay? Can we move to the vision board, Amy? Okay, here we go. We talked about focus earlier, right? At the beginning of the show, and this. I feel it like the unsaid element here is focus. And I know you're doing a lot, and you've got quality product, no question. But what I'm proposing you do, this is the action to take. Arrow, my action. You want to ask for referrals, right? Spelling errors happen. Referrals from trusted people. So these are trusted people. This is key. Trusted people. In this case, the number one trusted person you have, which is selling or buying between 600 to 800 books every month, is in Australia. That's one of your most trusted people because they're buying every month and they're distributing. That's what I mean by your most trusted. The second thing to do while you're working to expand distribution is develop your own web strategy. What you're doing is rich for videos, for live shows, but what I'm thinking to make it easier is, again, packaging your products, your own website, your own brand, and then people or outsource it to somebody else who wants to do this. But to start, you can start yourself. And what you're going to do is you're going to create 1 month or 3 month memberships where automatically it's shipping your products that you've got, a collection, not just one, your mask, your finger puppets, your books get shipped. And these people are reoccurring monthly payments, 3-month payments. And in that, what you're doing is you're developing your own content. So this is videos, live tutorials, lessons, and articles. This will build your brand, but it's not targeting kids, it's targeting parents. The parents are the target, right? Because parents are the ones who spend the money. Kids, I always like it when entrepreneurs say, well, who's your customer? My customer is those 5 and 10-year-olds over there. I said, when was the last time they paid you any money? Oh, parents pay money. So parents are the target, right? And so as you build this website, focus in on parents and what parents want, and make it easy for parents, because parents are looking to make their life easier. This can be an alternative to watching TV. You know, it's another alternative. It helps make them smarter is what I would focus on. It helps make a smarter baby. It's more intelligent. They're using more of their senses. They're learning faster. All your toys are learning toys, and that's where I'd focus. And that's what parents want. They want the smartest kid in the planet, right? The next smartest kid. And so this is what I'm saying to you. So it's 2-pronged approach. Let me ask Hoy a question. Hoy, are you understanding what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Is Tra is her only online strategy currently Etsy? Is your only online strategy Etsy?
Yeah.
Tra? Okay.
Yeah.
And that's a good one, and that's a very first great step. I mean, congratulations, you're on Etsy. Not a lot of businesses who are making products aren't. So it's a great first step. But I definitely would move into a more comprehensive, self-directed, owned online assets. Joining TikTok and doing some kind of cute thing with the book, and getting people's attention. Again, parents are the number one target, and I'm sure you would sell more, especially if you made it easy for me to get it on a regular basis, where I don't even have to think about it. It just shows up, and here it is. And oh, new toys, new lessons, that sort of thing.
Excuse me, son. I also post the video on YouTube and short video and picture on Instagram, but they nearly don't have any view or any follow. It's
You can't just post one time. You have to post, multiple times a day,
I know, but
definitely
like
multiple times a week, and then a month, and then a year. And so it's a consistency thing. And believe me, it's a new thing to me because I've been pretty consistently inconsistent with my social media, historically speaking. And so this is just a new thing. You have to keep going. You can't just put one video up and say, "Oh, only 20 people looked at it." Um, Videos that I put up years ago, thousands of views now, but it took a long time to get those views. And so I think that, again, like, I would try and focus in on, different media channels. Get on TikTok, LinkedIn, or other kids networks. Target advertising on Facebook to those, who are doing searches on things for kids to do. How do I make my kids smarter? They're going, you come up, and you will, over time, get people's attention. And then what will happen is people will talk about it. They'll refer it. So you could even, third idea, and we'll stop it here, create a referral program from your audience. So those that buy would refer. They get a discount. They would get a free month or free package for every referral that they would give you. That incentivizes them to then refer you to new customers. Lots of
Yeah,
ways you can go. You have a great product. You just got to think more online, and then you got to think about how do you leverage your current trusted relationships to get into other trusted relationships. Those are the keys right now, and you will go far.
yeah, Sean. Can I have some words?
Sure, of course, Hoy. Anytime.
Uh, the product that Cha produced, when we look at this, we can feel her love with her son, and we can feel that all her passions on those products. They are very creative. They care of the details, and they care a lot of how the children will play that and how they can benefit from those products. So I from my point of view, I see that great product that I can have for my child at those age. But I also understand that developing a strategy, the content strategy for small business and even medium business is very difficult, especially you don't have the profession the experience and the deep knowledge of that techniques. But I can suggest that in in 2 3 weeks we have a session with Nikki Nguyen. You know Nikki,
Of course.
and yeah, and you can register. I can secure a slot for you, so she can coach you on editorial schedule, which
Sure,
was very
we can
useful.
do this.
Yeah, for
I
entrepreneurs.
think I think the one the one thing that's important here, and I want to do a shout out. I see Michael Baines is here. Tariq, Dahlia, good to see you. Um, the good news is this: most people around the world are in the same shoes. They're trying to figure out, what do we do? What do I do now? So it's everyone's in the same position, but leveraging the internet right now. And Dahlia has added some interesting insights in this. It's an online book club, right? But I'm saying it's more. So I want to go look at Monty Kids, MONTI kids.com, montykids.com, and use that as a model for
mm-hmm.
which to build out a regular distribution where people pay a membership and then it ships automatically. And you build up that network, and you have 1,000, 10,000 people part of an ongoing reoccurring revenue every month that you ship out, while simultaneously you're distributing to stores and you're growing your sales overall, while you create these videos and tutorials for parents on how to help make their kids smarter by leveraging your toys. Is very compelling and will work. And so it's a natural step in where things are going and where the change is. And so there's no reason not to be planning that today while leveraging trusted relationships. I can't emphasize this enough. You know, we all know people getting burned, particularly taking advantage of entrepreneurs who are not seasoned, are, you know, trying their best, and they're a target. You know, got a big target on their back. Hey, I'm going to take advantage of that person. It's important and critical to find those trusted relationships. And even when you do that, there will people who will let you down. It's inevitable, right? People are not always good. And so you have an advantage. You're a woman. Women are much more intuitive. They pick up on instincts and they can pick up on things. If something doesn't feel right, it's not right. Remember that, right? It's one of the greatest lessons, because entrepreneurs time and time again will say, I had this feeling it wasn't right when it wasn't right. And they still went forward. And in some cases, it can destroy the whole business. If something doesn't feel right, it isn't right. Your best bet is to walk away, even if it's awful. It's a terrible thing to walk away. It's better than getting in trouble or finding yourself in a situation where someone's taking advantage of you and then really messes you up. And women have a better advantage. Men don't pay attention to that intuition the same way that women do. And I always encourage women and men to strengthen that and practice exercising that intuitive muscle, because that intuitive muscle is working in your best interest. And it's when we ignore it, don't pay attention, and let it slide that we get ourselves in trouble. And so I think you're going to do great, Tra. And let's as Hoy is saying, let's get back together. Let's talk about it some more. But right now, I want to know that you're going to go forward. You're going to go forward and talk to your person in Australia, New Zealand. Start there and find out who they would refer you to, and then work with Hoy. You've got some brilliant people in Vietnam who can help you with website strategies. And you want to make it American, though, right? Not American as much as like English. For those people who are going to pay more and are willing to pay more. So that's US, EU, right? And UAE are the three areas that I think of in terms of cash.
Yeah. And also, I just talked to a Vietnamese lady who now living in Norway, and she built an e-commerce platform that we can bring your product on there, and the buyers from Norway, Europe, they can contact you.
I mean,
So
I'm just going to say, I think, you know, before I used to be all about jumping on other people's platforms, and I still think that there are times, like we use a platform here to broadcast versus making our own. But it's so easy to develop your own website and develop your own payment mechanisms now. It's better to own it. You still be on those. You can still be on those platforms. But if somebody's going to become a member, it's your brand. It's your website. Toys R Us, one of the fatal flaws of Toys R Us in the early days is they decided to use Amazon's platform to sell toys, their toys. Guess who was getting promoted on that platform? Amazon. Guess who's one of the largest toy sellers today? Amazon. Guess who's out of business? Toys R Us. So you want to create your own. I believe in this case, in this scenario, I would seriously consider your own website, your own platform in terms of just distributing. You can still market it pulls everybody back to your website from these other sales channels. But my feeling is you want to brand your product and then have people pay recurring fees in your own website versus another platform. This is my initial thinking right now.
I have been selling on Amazon since Christmas, but there was only 10 sales.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's the videos, it's the marketing, it's the daily posting, it's the ongoing consistency around that, because otherwise it's you know, you're in a sea of other products, all right? And so it's trusted relationships that will help raise that up. And then it's you getting out there and promoting it through your own website through really engaging, fun, educational, short videos that make it interesting, where the parents go, I got to have that book. I got to have that package. That's what you're trying to do. You're trying to get them to go, my kid's got to have that.
Um, one question.
This is the final
Um,
question.
um, about the video. Um, it's true that for example the American when prefer to watch the video who, for example, if there is a kid on it, they would prefer to watch the video with a native kid than an Asian kid, right? The other who is selling abroad told me so, and
Yeah,
it's not
so
easy.
yeah, I think I hear what you're saying, and I have worked with a number of businesses in Vietnam that their marketing materials are Vietnamese centric and would have to create new marketing materials because it's not going to resonate in, let's say, an American market. And so what I would try to do with these videos, again, go check out montykids.com.
I mean, check
Their
it.
videos, nobody's in it. The toy is featured, the special items. So that way you don't have an issue with whoever. It's just beautiful hands. You got to worry about the hands being clean and nice, right? Because they're turning and they're making there's a there's a uh, there's an explanation happening that's talking about what the parents can do with that toy and how to make it
but
better
but
for
the
the child.
parent,
That way you don't have any issues with
yeah,
any culture context. It's the
but
toy
the
doing the talking.
parent when trust my product more if there is a photo of, there is feedback of a photo like the kids playing with the book, and but I at the moment
No
I
kid,
don't have
yeah,
any.
yeah, time out. No kids playing with the book. No kids play with the book. Don't videotape kids playing with the book. You want to show the parents how to use the book, right? The kids know how to
Yeah,
use
I got it. I'm talking about the feedback from the customer.
it. Mm-hmm.
Normally, the customer when make trust in the product more, if they see the feedback of the customer who bought it and the kid use it,
That's right.
but I don't have any photo of the native kid playing with the book. They just took picture of the books only. So how could I get
Hoy, I
the
think it's
feedback?
important that you spend some time making sure that she understands what I'm talking about here, because I think there's a little bit of a disconnect. No kids. I understand kids are showing. That's great. If parents want to show the kids playing with the books and want to do that, your videos don't need any kids in it. What they need is how to use the book for the parents. It's a tutorial for the parents, not the kids, and that's the difference I'm talking about.
Okay. So I think the time is not enough, so I can talk with her later.
Yeah, you can.
Right?
And this is recorded, so you can go back and the visuals are there as well.
Yeah.
But you're in a really good position, and everything we've talked about is completely doable. It's just a matter of moving in that, and it really would be a pivot for you to go online, an online strategy, or an evolution of the online strategy while you continue doing distribution. So you're going to be fine. You're going to do great. And let's check in a couple of weeks. Thank you so much, Tra. And Hoy,
Thank you.
always a pleasure to see you.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you very much. Thank you. Keep up the great work.